Welcome back to the Arts Plays.
So I've been playing with my hair this whole time during this whole session, and now I've got dandruff specks all over my black hoodie. It's kind of like that one girl in The Breakfast Club when she was rubbing her hair to make snow on her picture.
I always loved that kid.
I did too. She was my favorite. I dressed up as her for Halloween once.
I totally thought that they ruined her at the in the.
They
kind of
did. Like they did the movie like teen movie thing where you just take the glasses off and put some makeup on, and then she's different from who she was.
Mm-hmm. Like, I thought she was pretty the way she was before.
Yeah, she was perfectly fine. Like, I wouldn't have minded if they gave her the makeover but left the shirt, like, left her clothes the way it was. If they didn't give her the pink shirt, that would have been fine, but the shirt just ruined it.
Fucking
just what
pink.
it suggested, yeah. But anyways, I know I've told you this before on the show, but yeah, so I got my Not a Vampire name from a Falling in Reverse song called I'm Not a Vampire. Like, it goes, I'm not a vampire, but I feel like one. And that's a line that just keeps playing in my head every so often. And when I was thinking of YouTube names, just Not a Vampire just seems so like, yeah, that works. Yeah, Not a Vampire. I mean, I picked it also because I like the implication of, you know, having to feeling like I have to say that I'm not a vampire. Even though, like, no one suspects it until you're like, oh, I'm not a vampire.
It's a suspiciously specific denial.
Yeah, it is. And I also really love it when I'm on Overwatch and someone just randomly comments, not a vampire, huh? I have a feeling we're playing with a vampire. Or something to that nature.
Oh no, what would ever give you that idea? I'm definitely not a vampire.
I've done that before. And there was this one time where I was playing Brigitte and someone was like, I think we're playing with a vampire here, and I said, what? No, only vampires only play Moira. Which I also play Moira, like she's one of my mains actually, so, oh shit. Watch the fire, yo. But yeah, that's the story behind that name. Got it from a song.
Gotcha.
So far, no one from YouTube has really commented on my name either.
Well, I'm sure it's just a YouTube name. You're probably gonna need like 10K before somebody makes anything out of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
This level is fucking cool.
It is.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's cool up until you realize that you can't jump in the air without doing the spin, and if you fall more than like a foot, then you're just doomed.
Yeah, you were punished for saying you liked it. Whoa, that box is moving.
No, the floor is moving.
Oh, is it? Oh. Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool too. I like this. So
I'm trying to like it. This part sucks.
What was your other topic?
Fuck that. I have to pause it and look at my notebook.
We'll be right back with the word. We'll be right back after word from our sponsors, which is nobody, because no one really cares about our videos.
Can you pop your ears?
Yeah.
I recently gave the best description of how to pop your ears, and I'm super proud of it.
Okay.
All right. So think about the place in your head where your tongue attaches to the rest of your face. Okay? Like the root of your tongue. Now widen that. And it should pop your ears without you having to move your jaw.
I never thought of it as a tongue action. I don't know how I came about it, to be honest, as I think about it.
Yeah, it's just from playing around with the controls in your body and seeing what it can do.
I think I used to do it because, like, it would often feel like my ears were plugged up, so I just would try to pop them, and that's how I learned how to do it.
if you do that and hold it open when your ears are very, very full, you can drain the, like if your ears are draining, you can drain them much faster, like pull the mucus out of your ears that way.
Yeah, I think that's what I used to do. I remember there was a point where I used to have to hold my nose and then like try to push air up into my head.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I used to do it, but now I've become a master of these things.
Well, shit.
Oh, you jumped too early.
I bet you have to do this entire level in one life.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Oh no, maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Once you get... Oh, because you hit the flag there.
There was a flag there.
Yeah. There was a flag there.
I'm
You
okay with
hit
that.
the side and then you bounced off.
This game will never be as good as its predecessor.
I don't really have much else to say about popping your ears, yo.
Okay. What are there any other like weird body trick things like that that you feel like you stumbled on when you were young?
I'm not certain. I was never one, like, I'm not double jointed, so I was never one who was able to, oh, there it is, who was able to, like, you know, do weird things with my arms or something.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I can think of is, like, the hand movement that I learned in 2nd grade, where you put your, where you have your middle fingers on each side and you just wiggle them about. It was so hard to do initially for some reason, but then, you know, but it was still like the greatest thing ever in 2nd grade for some reason.
Fuck.
I don't know. That's the only body thing that I can think of that I stumbled on. I can't even cross my eyes.
You can't cross your eyes. That's
No, I
interesting.
can't. Like, am I crossing them now?
I can't tell.
Well, stop playing the game.
Oh, it's shrinking on me. Cool. Here. No, you're looking down.
Oh, then I can't cross my eyes.
You're just looking down.
I can't cross my eyes. I'm a broken human being. I knew it.
Got that broken brilliance. Once you die inside, then it all starts to make sense.
I knew being ace made you broken.
Ha! No, you're broken, and that's why you're ace.
Yeah, fuck people who honestly think ace people are broken.
Okay, a non-zero percentage of them are, but it's also a legitimate thing.
Like, well, no, it's not that it's not legitimate. It's that people are like think, oh, because you're ace, you are broken. But when I think of broken, I think of more like where it's negatively affecting you. And being ace, it only negatively affects you insofar as relationship to other people. You can still live a very healthy life and be ace. Because it's not necessarily negatively affecting you, it's more that it's negatively affecting any, like, sexual partners that you might have, I guess.
And people can only think of themselves in terms of their sexual lives, I guess?
Yeah, like, it affects you only if you're trying to get with someone who's, like, seriously sexual and you're just not that. Like, someone who cares about being seen as attractive by their partner, or if, like, you're ace and you also have a low libido. Those are the only parts where it actually negatively affects you. Other than that, you just go about life. You're fine. You can have a fulfilling time on this earth and not be sexually attracted to anyone. And anyone who thinks that is wrong. Like, anyone who thinks otherwise, like, that you need to be a sexual person, or, like, you know, sex has to be integral to your existence in order to have a fulfilling life. They're wrong. And there are people who honestly think that.
There was a path in this world that I didn't travel yet.
Yeah, I see that.
Alright. Sneaking down the creepy corridor.
I don't know if you saw my tweet, but so there's this meme that asexuals, like, when offered sex, they'll always prefer cake. And, like, I actually legit like cake. Like, a lot, so...
I'm looking at the rest of my topics list. I'm not playing. Let's see. We talked about how Highlander sucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did a long time ago. Fuck Highlander.
So... What's your history with accents?
I'm not very good at them. Oh, I was actually just thinking... Oh, excuse me. Hold on, I got no one coming. I want to say something. Stop it. I was just thinking about this today, but I'm not really good at accents, and I've not really had reason to practice it, except for this one time where I was on the speech team in college, and that was a fucking horrific experience for me in a lot of ways. Just, it was not a very good culture in that club. It was very overly negative, and I'm not good at taking criticism. Like, I need it kind of needs to be gently put in for me. And in this situation, it just wasn't. And I had this one, excuse me, I had this one piece that I was practicing where I had to do a bunch of different accents. And just not being very good at accents in the first place wasn't very... It made it into a not very healthy environment for me. Just feeling overly... Just seeming to feel always criticized, never being able to do anything right, so why the fuck am I here?
That feeling that you just described permeates a lot of you.
It is. It is. There is this...
That's like what you're all about, is I just can't do anything right, why am I here?
Yeah, there was one time where I don't have moments like this, but I was holding back tears during a practice. They said, okay, go practice on your own for a little while. And what I did was I went to this one spot where I like to go at my college campus, and I just sat down and cried, bawling my eyes out. Like, I kept getting texts from them like, hey, where are you? And I just didn't want to be around at all. Just, it was such a fucking nightmare of a moment. And it wasn't all like that, to be honest, but I remember we went to this one competition, and I was honestly really surprised that I did okay. Like, I think I got 6th place or something. I actually got placed in the category that I was performing in. And that was just a big fucking surprise to me, because I thought I was the weakest link on the team. Sure, I didn't get all the accolades that a lot of the other people did, but then again, they're also experienced, but just like... So I'm not the absolute worst, but why do I keep feeling like this in practice?
It's your default setting?
Well, not just that, but I think also strongly it was just, the environment of it. Like, all criticism, like, the one person we work with at the con, where they don't seem to remember to give positive feedback.
Me?
No, not you, but, like, I don't want to name names here, but...
Nobody's watching this.
I don't want to name names, though. Again, I'm not drama-ish.
Well,
but, yeah, it was just not seeming to remember to give actual positive feedback. It was always, work on this, work on this, work on this.
Inky Notebook?
I'm not naming names.
That sounds like a yes.
I'm not naming names.
I will just assume that it's Inky Notebook, then.
I'm not naming names.
Fair. That's what happens. I just jump into a pit.
You kill yourself because I won't name names. Okay, that's a measured reaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my story about accents. I realize I've taken it in a totally different direction than you intended, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about how I lived in Texas for a while.
And here I'm talking about times where I felt like shit and bawled my eyes out and had a mental breakdown over things.
Yeah, It probably doesn't come across in your videos, but what the story that you just described is what I think of as the best example of what you are like.
Yeah, no, I'm certain it doesn't come across in my videos because
You try not to let that stuff in your videos.
I try not to. Like, it's a... So, I'm derailing again. But it's something that I've... like, has been hammered into me, like, ever since I was a kid. This idea of don't talk about, like, personal things. Like, don't let people know how much you feel like shit. Just basically don't talk about things. And it's something that my mom really hammered into us, especially, like, you know, with negative things in our home life. Just don't tell anyone about it. And so I've just... that's just been ingrained into me to the point where I would self-censor myself to anyone. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I have trouble getting close to anyone, because I just can't talk about myself until you've passed this, like, heavy stone and iron wall in my head. And so something that I think about as a performer and an artist is only in measured ways talk about the negative parts of my life. And that's, like, even making a video about self-harm and how it relates to me was something that you came up with. I didn't even think about talking about my own...
I do feed you a lot of episode ideas.
Like, not as much anymore. But you do with a bit. And this one was one that you had to push for, because in my mind it's just like, well, who would want to see this? I'm just talking about myself being indulgent for my own, like, things. Oh, that's so fucking adorable. Like, I just have it in my head that no one wants to hear this, or that no good can come from it. And that's one of the biggest reasons why whenever I think of, like, talking to a therapist or someone who would be helpful in that way, it's just like, no, nothing's gonna change, or no, I can't say this to anyone.
That is a really good reason to go to a therapist.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Imagine if I said that. That exact sentence.
The last part, like,
here, I'm gonna dub it into the episode.
I'm just talking about myself, being indulgent for my own things. Like, I just have it in my head that no one wants to hear this and no good can come from it. And that's one of the biggest reasons why whenever I think of talking to a therapist or someone who could be helpful in that way, it's just like, no, nothing's going to change. Or, no, you can't say this to anyone.
The part about, like, feeling like nothing's going to change if I go to a therapist, that one I can understand more, but like, the feeling of I can't talk to anyone about this, that's definitely rather concerning. But, and if it came from someone else, I'd be like, dude, you gotta talk to someone about it. But when it comes from me, it just feels so natural, because that's what I grew up in. I grew up in, you don't talk about your home life. You just don't talk about any of this shit. No one wants to have this negativity. Or as I got older, it's that no one else should have to deal with your negativity because other people are in a bad way right now. So you have to take care of them first.
See, I grew up in a very similar, like, another one of those things that is why Mask and I became such fast friends, is because, and why I get along with Digi's style of content so well is because one of the founding principles when I grew up, or when I was growing up, was I'm the best person in the world.
Yeah,
like, kind of all of how I talk to people is based around that.
Yeah, you've not made that at all clear in any of the stuff that we've made. Sarcasm. Oh, I could play Luigi! Wait, why did they have Mario come over here when he could have just played as Luigi coming over here? I don't get it. Okay. We get a Cloud Luigi.
Cloud Luigi.
Ah, that is cool. Cloudy. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, but fast friends.
We became fast friends because we both have an extremely intense sensation of self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
I forget why that was relevant.
Self-censorship, can't talk to anyone about it.
Right. And so if there's anything that I want to talk to, there's anything that I wanted to talk to somebody about as a kid, I would just do it. And if they don't want to hear that, then fuck them. They're not worth my time. In fact, I remember having that conversation with somebody at some point where they're like, how did this happen? There's a phrasing that's escaping me. Somebody was like, they were listening to me, and they said, like, I started talking about something, and the guy was like, bro, I don't care. And I'm like, okay, then you're worthless to me.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna go find somebody who matters.
Oh, shit. That's not where I thought that was going. But I totally get that. Like, I can see that with you. Like, you have no issues with sharing things that you're not certain if other people would care about.
Because
you're just like, fuck it, I'll just say it anyways.
And Mask feels an extremer version of this, which is like the assumption that nobody cares about it.
Is it a nihilistic type thing?
We should talk about that tomorrow when we're there. Yeah, we'll write it down in my notebook.
Yeah, please do so, because I won't remember. But one of the reasons why I find...
There we go.
One of the reasons why I find your thing about just talk to everyone about, like, whatever you want is, again, I don't have that. Like, it's one of the reasons why it's taken me forever to show you, like, My Chemical Romance, because it's just in my head that no one's going to care about it unless they've shown explicit, like, I want to listen to it now. And that's part of the reason why sometimes, like, even though we've said, hey, I want to do this at some point, I won't be the one to bring up the activity that we wanted to do. Just like, oh, if you want to do it, then you'll just bring it up on your own. Like, I shouldn't be the one to bring it up, because, you know, if I bring it up, no one's going to care about it. Why am I here? Right,
but then I wind up feeling like I bring some things up like 20 or 30 times, and then, but nothing happens anyway, and I'm just waiting.
Yeah, it's
for somebody other than me to care, and it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's just different mindsets that we have. So next time, want to talk about your, like, the point you were actually trying to make about Texas and accents?
Let's finish off this this thing about, like, so I always feel like I gotta bring things up that we want to watch or do together or something like that, like 100 times in order for it to happen. What's your experience of that?
Unfortunately, I do need you to remind me of things that we wanted to do, because I can get so caught up in just my day-to-day life and fancies of the moment that I forget about a lot of things. That's why I'm glad to use Mal right now to remind me of the things that I want to watch and read. Because I just need those. Otherwise, I'm going to forget about it and just never remember to do it.
So then, does it bother you then that lately I've just been going to Mask's place and watching stuff when you and Second Place are busy?
No, it doesn't bother me, because I just have less time to do things. And because I'm just so often so busy, I can't expect you to just wait around for me. If it's something that I'm interested in, if you don't mind rewatching it, then I'd be happy to do it. But like with Outlaw Star right now, it's something I want to get around to, but I just have no time right now. Yeah, I just have no time to do it right now. I'm watching, like, all the stuff that I'm watching, it's stuff that we've already started, or it's stuff that I'm currently watching because of work. And when I say work, I mean my videos. Like, the real work that I want to do. So, yeah.
Okay.
You have way more time in the day to do things and need to fill your day with a lot more stuff than I do. I have less time to do things, so...
I mean, I guess.
Man, I wish YouTube would just take off already.
Yeah.
It's just so miserable having to go places for a set amount of time that I can't really make myself. I can't control my own schedule, and just having to work with people. I've just become so antisocial in the last 3 years. Ever since I started working at the hotel, I'm less willing to work with people. Or work with people in a way where I have to be nice, I guess. Like, I don't want to be a customer service person, and I don't want to have to deal with people who are shitty employees. That's one of the reasons why I kind of like housekeeping, because I just take my shit and go do my own thing. My job is my job. Yeah, sometimes there are shitty rooms and it fucking hurts my body, but I don't have to talk to people. If anything, I just say hi, good morning to a guest as they walk by, but I don't have to fucking do anything else. If it wasn't so physically demanding, and if it didn't put me on such a weird schedule, I would switch to housekeeping and do that and night audit.
Yeah, being asleep during second shift would be difficult.
Like, I'm doing it right now, but it disrupts my life so much. It prevents me from doing a lot of things with people because normal people are at least awake in the afternoon. And, like, I get the feeling that my boss really wants me to be available in the afternoon. Like, for instance, just yesterday I was asked to help double someone's shift right before my own that started at 11 at night. Mm-hmm. And that's just something that I really can't do if I'm on a morning and late night shift or schedule.
Yeah, you kind of have to pick.
Yeah. And so I get the sense that that's what she'd want me to do, and I'm a good employee, so she probably won't want to give me up in that customer service sense, but I just don't want to do it anymore. I really want to become self-employed. I want to, yeah, I'm going to still have to interact with people because, YouTube comments, and I want to grow my brand, so I guess I might want to do podcasts or something if they were to ever come up, or do collaborations depending, but it'll feel like more on my own terms. Like working with Diva from Musical Help for my cameo. That was nice because just it felt different. My throat's starting to hurt, so I'm gonna... What the fuck? Is that...
I'm supposed to bring 30 coins to that guy. I forgot that that's what the thing was.
You forgot the point? Sounds like a lot of media.
Yeah.
Forgetting the point of their own thing.
That's a decent point. Look, we're gonna make YouTube work for you.
I hope so.
My craft is kind of working for me, which reminds me I need to go to the post office today.
I'm just afraid that I'm putting all of my ducks in this and it never works out. That it's just a pipe dream that I'm too attached to let go of.
Well...
And no matter how much, I'm reassured by people who like my videos that I'm doing a good job, I just feel like, if I'm doing a good job, why am I not where I want to be? What am I doing wrong? Oh shit, you might not be able to get over there.
Do it in one jump.
Oh.
Yep, I'm a superstar.
I thought you had less clouds than you did. Interesting. They might call you One Jump Man.
Ha.
And I don't really have a place to air out all these,
well, shit.
fears about YouTube on my channel.
Mm-hmm. I can see why you're worried, but the YouTube game is kind of easy.
Then why am I not doing it? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, is it because I don't want to be a shitty person and be all up in the drama, or...
Well, that's one thing about it that it's not doing you any favors, is being a good person. Being a good person makes it hard. I'm looking for... Where does this path of clouds actually lead? Nowhere. Okay, cool.
I guess those flowers are just there?
Are those bricks just there for no reason?
Oh, because there's that coin right there.
Fine.
Like, what else do you think I'm doing wrong? Like, to where I haven't grown terribly?
Well, the point of doing the early digi style, like the MLP analyst style, was to be able to produce lots of videos very quickly. Can you do one video in a day, start to finish?
Yes.
Okay.
It'd be
if
a
you
short
wanted
video,
to,
but yes. Then again, I've been doing mainly 4-minute videos, and that's easy to do.
Do you notice that you have any difference in retention time by percentage when you're making shorter videos versus longer videos? Like, what do people actually want from you? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at that in a while, since I started doing a lot of, like, the 4-minute type videos. And I'm not doing 4-minute videos on purpose, it's just how long they just end up being. When I'm done, when I stop having something to say, then I stop saying it.
Yeah. Like, people on YouTube who watch you, at least the people who would be watching this, know that you don't write scripts.
Yeah, and we mentioned that in our last session, that I just don't do scripts.
There
How
we
many
go. I got 30
coins do you want?
He needed 30.
Ooh. Well, you should hit the flag then, too. Okay, so you're saying I don't do scripts.
The fact that you can get by with... Not get by. The fact that you can match everyone else for quality, but you don't have to script at all, means that you're way ahead of the game. Like, the Pedantic Romantic, for example, does have to write scripts. Granted, she talks about a different kind of thing than you do.
Yeah.
But it would be at least possible for her to not write scripts. Probably. Oh, great. These guys.
These guys. You know, we should just sit down and look at my analytics.
Yeah,
like,
let's...
Like, when we're done or something.
Man, listening to YouTube advice from me has got to be frustrating, because I'm also the guy who was like, you know, I literally did not consider the idea of making my channel good.
I didn't think of it that way. I was thinking about it more like listening, trying to get advice from you, who happens to also be one of my biggest fans, is kind of annoying.
I don't think I'm one of your biggest fans. I just suck your dick more than anybody else does.
Well, yeah. Like, well, the fact that you're one of my fans and, you know, like, I'm asking for advice from you can be a little unhelpful, because you're like, but you're doing a lot of good stuff. And
yeah,
it's
you
like,
are
okay,
doing a lot of good stuff, but
yeah, true. The fact that you didn't think of making your channel good is eternally baffling to me, because I still wanted to make my channel good even when I was just doing, like, audio stuff.
Well, I kind of assumed that nobody would give a shit about any of the things that I do, and I was right.
Well, duh, people wouldn't care, because you're making total shit too. Like, even if it wasn't about, like, you know, very niche topics.
My videos are bad.
Yeah, like there's stuff that I wouldn't click on even if I was interested in your kind of stuff. Or well, I'd click on it, but then I'd be I wouldn't be terribly interested in it. Oh, 1,000. How many do you have? Oh shit.
Like what? What's one of mine?
Uh,
Let's turn this into shitting on Tarbuck Hour.
fuck. I can't remember anything in particular. Just oh man, I can't remember anything in particular because. What the hell's that?
That's a male mosquito.
Oh, yeah. I can't think of any video in particular. I can only think of the general sense that I got that it didn't feel like you were doing any, like, real editing to it. And you weren't...
That is true.
And you weren't really, I guess, thinking of presentation too much. And
Also true.
also you just go on tangents that have nothing to do with the video at all. And, like, sometimes it...
That's an important element of woodworking instructionals, is bringing up something utterly random.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
See, yeah, that's probably also a medium type thing that I just don't care much for then.
Could be. There's a rabbit in there, and I want to, like, get that rabbit boy.
So you're gonna fucking burn down his house? We'll take down all the stumps,
Okay.
and see what that does. If you can aim.
I never actually considered making my channel good, as though that was a switch you could pull.
Yeah, that was...
But it kind of is, because, like, even the very, like, I thought of that at the 99% mark of,
Oh, what if
of
you get onto, like, the chimney and stomp down into it?
yeah. I thought about it at the 99% mark of the box that I made by filleting filleting a board.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
Filleting a board and making a box. And you can tell that the video itself is different after that.
I had a similar thought with our video that we both released about growing up. Like, so I've had this sort of style that's more... It's best for audio, but not so much editing video. And I thought it was... The way I was doing video was fine. But then I was watching... I can't remember what vlog, but it just hit me that, wait, I've been editing this all wrong and I should change it. And, like, the last part of the video, I feel like is a little better edited because it's less cutting out all, like, the pauses like I would with audio and just kind of trying to make it more natural. Because that's just my whole philosophy with editing audio.
No pauses?
Yeah, or, like, only artistic pauses. Things where it makes sense.
Only artistic pauses instead of autistic pauses.
Yeah, or... oh, God, no. Or getting rid of, like, bullshit words like and such.
Yeah, those bullshit words certainly are bullshit, and I hate them.
I noticed that you were doing that a lot more than I was. Like, I don't remember ever using, like, or insert words. And I think that might partly be because of how I've been doing my videos. Like,
yeah, when it's one of my videos, one of my old ones especially, I would try to do it in one take, and for that I would pre-plan a thing that I was going to say, and yeah, I would pre-plan a thing I was going to say, and then I just focused on the game for a second and lost what I was going to say.
Yeah. Ahs.
Right. And I was able to deliver it very smoothly. And you know that I can do that because I do that on the sales floor.
Yeah. It's just an interesting thing that I noticed about you because you're all about that speech stuff. And then here I am, like, maybe it's because my philosophy about speaking in videos is if I've run into or I've stopped having an idea of what I'm trying to say or I've lost the words, then I'll just shut up and think about it and then keep going. I won't try to keep airtime like and I'm also not opposed to not restarting the sentence, but just... What's the word? Like, I'll record half a sentence, stop and have to think about it, and then I'll just keep going with that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
As if I never stopped, and then in editing, it'll sound like I said it all straight.
It sounds like you said it all straight, but it does change the flow into a slightly odd way.
It does.
But only
Some of
somebody
them
who
do.
listens to thousands of hours of speech.
I will admit, some of them do. Like, I especially notice it in a lot of sentences where I will be talking like this, and then suddenly I start talking like this, as though it's very obvious that at the start I was trying to stretch for what I mean to say, and then I suddenly got it and just added that in as if I started like that in general. It's something that I've always wondered if people notice in my videos. It's something that I certainly have, but then again, I'm the one who edits them. So you need 500.
Yeah. Damn it.
Shit. You were coming close.
I was gonna come close. Now I'm not.
Nope.
That would have been great, right there.
Oh,
And
I hope
then
they
the
let you
monkey
do it
fucking
again.
kills me. Yeah. I
Oh,
wanna
he
try it
doesn't
again.
kill you because this isn't Mario 1.
Yeah. That is something that I didn't like about Galaxy 1.
Where they kill you if you fail.
Yep.
Yeah, that was kind of too brutal. Like, there being edgelords in that. Just like, we're gonna fucking kill you if you can't do my fucking challenge. Like, if you can't destroy all this fucking garbage in this allotted time, you're just fucking dead.
If you can't destroy all this garbage in the allotted time, then you're garbage in the allotted time. I'm being a lot smoother about it now, you notice.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Editing, like, audio is just so easy. I hate looking at my face.
Oh, I was so close. If I had gotten those 2 golds right there, that would have done it.
I've noticed Digi is influencing how I want to do some of my videos.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Like, yeah, my pitch for how I wanted to do my ace and free video.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one was more of a ContraPoints influence. But, so there's this video that will probably be out by the time this comes out about digital self-harm, and in my mind, the way I want it to come out is, so I've got this audio, but I don't know what to put to it, and so I was thinking, what if I do kind of like the Digi thing, where it's just recordings, like footage of me just doing random, like, not necessarily random bullshit, but semi-related bullshit, like around the house. Just
Did it.
nice. I didn't think you were gonna do it.
I specifically tried at the end there to hit something in such a way that I'd be stuck in the middle so that I could get those 2 golds.
I see. That's pretty nice. Shining rival. Oh, that's the monkey dude from earlier.
Yeah, that's Monkey Fuckboy.
Monkey fuckboy seems to be a decent boy, though.
Mm-hmm. Take a drink.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Why? I just did.
So that you can bring it closer and give it to me.
Okay, see, I was trying to figure out, wait, like, can you tell that I'm,
No.
like, dehydrated? But that makes a lot
No,
more sense.
but I am worried about you being dehydrated because I want to keep going for at least another hour.
We'll see how long I can go.
Yeah. Here.
Look at me, I'm... Oh. What? Okay.
You have to hit A.
I haven't used this in forever, so figuring out where the A button is, it's just... You know what I've noticed? On the
Oh.
PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 4 controller, I keep trying to use it like a Switch controller. So that's kind of...
Like by pulling it apart. Don't destroy my
No,
PlayStation controller.
no! Your PlayStation 4. Excuse me.
No,
But-
my controller.
Okay, yeah, it was your controller. No, not by pulling it apart, but like which buttons I need to press to be okay. So I can't remember what we were trying to watch on the PlayStation 4, but I was trying to say, okay, use this profile, and I kept excuse me, pressing where the A button should be on the Switch controller.
And it's
It's
in
that's
the
back
circle
button.
position.
Yeah, and that's the back button. So it kept going back, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? So
Been
yeah.
playing a lot of Switch, I guess. Oh hey, one of these.
Oh yeah,
Fucking one of these.
I love it, but I hate them.
You know, the Steel VIP watched me crush the last one of these in one go, and he was like, "What the fuck, bro? I've never seen someone do it in one try."
Yeah, my
What
thoughts
are you?
exactly. I remember having so much trouble with this type of mode. Do you have
Yeah.
anything else to say about videos and editing and shits?
Nothing for now. Let's
So let's next episode.
yeah, next episode. Next time on tAP.